Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this men's senator. Guys, this is the easiest way and this is my own way of making it. As you can see, I've made several of them and this is very easy and it doesn't take much. So guys, the next thing I did was to fold the fabric into two. So as you can see, the first one is folded and the second one is also folded. So now the next thing we're going to do is to go ahead and start to insert our measurements. So first thing, you're going to calculate the length, and for the length, this person wants it to be 32, but I added extra few inches to it, so it's 35 that I'm working with. But I'm going to be folding the end because I want the band at the end to be thick, so that's why I'm working with 35. So guys, the shoulder measurement is 20 divided by 2. I marked 10, came down 1 inch of shoulder slope, and then marked that. And then after that, the next thing is going to be the armhole length. So, or you can do the bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Whatever you get, that is going to be the length. So next, I marked the shoulder to the waist, which is at 17.5, and then the shoulder to hip, which I think was at 29. So that's the next thing. After that, you're going to insert the bust measurement divided by 4. So his waist is 41 divided by 4 is going to be 10.25. So I went ahead and marked that there. Just take the measurement you have here from the chest, add 1 inch to it and add it at this bottom part here to be about 12 inches here for so I'm going to do 1 inch of seam allowance, 1 inch of ease. Come up here, do the same thing, 1 inch of seam allowance, 1 inch of ease. It depends on you. I'm making. So guys, it comes down to your preference. So this is for an older person and they wanted it a little bit free, so that's why I'm doing 1 inch of ease, 1 inch of seam allowance. So for a younger person, you might do, or somebody that wants it a little bit fitted, you might do just half an inch. So that, because you still have to consider that this is on the 4 layers of the cloth, it's not just on one side. The seam allowance is going to come on all the layers of the fabric and not just on one side. Go ahead and connect from this point here to this point here, and then from here I'm also going to just add 1 inch here because I just need it for the venting, or just 1.5 here, and then from there I'm going to just connect it from this point here. So give it a curve here. For the neck, the client is on a bigger side, so I'm going to do 3.25 instead of normal basic 3 inches. So I'm just going to do 3.25 for the width, and then I'm going to connect it to the shoulder slope. And then after that, I'm just going to divide whatever you have from this point to this point, find halfway through, which is somewhere here for me, come in half an inch, and then connect it from here all the way to this point. This is going to be my front panel, but the back panel is going to maintain this first armhole. The front panel is the one that will have this piece cut off. I'm going to come down 1 inch for the back and then 3 inches for the front. To start with the basic 1 inch of neckline, 3 inches here, so that once you're done you can measure what you have as the neck width. If it's not, because you're going to measure the person's neckline, if it's not wide enough, then go back in and just keep on chipping off from maybe the side, maybe the length, maybe just chip off a little bit until when you measure the opening and it feels like it's okay, then you can stop. Because remember, I'm still going to take away half an inch here when I go to join the shoulder. So but I'm just going to stick to this here until when I cut it and I feel like it's too small, then I can always go back in and chip off a little bit. I took out this piece just in front. I didn't cut it out at the back. Took out this 1 inch for both the front and the back, but I cut out 3 inches just in front and then cut out the shoulder slope, and that's basically it. So now I have my front and the back. So this is my front panel, this is the back panel. So what I'm going to do is, for the front, I'm going to be giving it an invisible placket. Guys, this is where you have to do what you want with it. So I'm going to be giving it an invisible placket here because I'm going to come down, like, let's say 8 to 7 inches from here. I'm going to cut it open all the way to this point. And so at this point you can just add in a placket here and then close up the shoulder, insert your sleeve, and of this top here is going to be 32, right, which is somewhere here at this point here. So after this line now, my slit on the side is going to be up to 7 inches, which is somewhere here. So I'm going to go ahead and notch it here and then twice. So it's going to end directly on where the length is, which is this line here. So from this point now above to this point is where the slit is going to be, which is 7 inches. So you can make yours 8 inches, it depends on you, but this is okay for me. This is the band of the end of the cloth. So guys, the next thing is going to be to cut the sleeve. So you can go ahead and measure what you have on this here just to be accurate. Almost 12 inches. So what I'm going to do is, just to make sure that the width of my cloth here is almost the same 12 inches, I'm going to come down here by 4 inches for the cap height. mark it. And then what I have here is almost the same 12 inches, and then I'm going to connect it from this point to this end here. He wants his sleeve to be about 8.5 inches. What I have here is length of 11 inches, because like I said, I want to have a bold fold at the end here. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to find halfway through this line, give it a curve this way, just like how we normally do, and then a curve below like this. Come down here, he sets his sleeve width. So his sleeve width is 16 divided by 2, so that's 8. I'm going to add half an inch to it just to give it some room, and then I'm going to do 1 inch of seam allowance, and then connect from here all the way to this top here. So I'm going to be cutting this out all the way like this. So guys, this is what I have here for the sleeve. I cut this out like this, so it's going to be fitting into this part here. So guys, I'm trying to figure out a very simple style to add to the pocket. So all I did here is just to get my fabric. Now all you have to do is place this way. I have 12 inches here. You see what I did? I have 12 inches here, and then this slit here, I added a notch. I folded it into 2 first, added a notch here. Guys, you can totally skip this. This is just the design I'm giving the pocket. I folded the 12 inches into 2, gave it a notch at the top, which is at 6 inches here, and then after that, I cut out this this piece of fabric here, added it at the center, which is about 3 inches of width, and then I added it by the center here, and then I gave it a pleat, just like how you normally make a box pleat. And then I pleated from this side to cover it. This is what I have on the inside here, but I'm going to raise it up here now on this side, give it a stitch here, turn it over on this other side, give it a stitch here. This way I'm now starting to form the pocket, so it's holding it down from the back, but you can't see it. And then another thing I can also do is to add like a stay behind here and iron this center piece down, so it's not moving up later. So once it's done, I can go ahead now and fold the upper part this way to form the upper part of my pocket, right? And then I can go ahead, fold this side away, fold this side away, and then I can give it like an angle at the bottom here and an angle on this other side, and that way it has formed my pocket. Basically, I want to have about 5 inches of width for the pocket, and then let's say 5 inches of length or 6 inches of length because of the angled part of this. So this angled part is going to give us the 6 inches here, but the shorter part of it is going to stop at 5 inches on both sides. Once you finish the upper part and fold it, and then the next thing you have to do is just to fold the side. So like I said, I want it to be 6 inches at the highest point, and then 5 inches here, 5 inches here, 5 inches of width on the fold. So all I have to do now is to take it the way it is now, go to my, guys, you can reduce the size of your own. You can do 4.5 by maybe 5.5 at the center, and then 4.5 here. That's also good. Need to the left side, so I just have to come down on this side by at least from the shoulder 9 inches or 9.5 from the tip of the shoulder here. So 9.5, because I'm still going to take away half an inch here. So 9.5 down here, and then a few inches from the side here, and then I'm going to just place the pocket down here. So the beginning part of my pocket is just 9.5 inch from the tip of the shoulder. So I'm going to just follow the edges all the way and sew it down. My pocket here, I also tried to bring down this slit a little bit more. Like instead of the 8 inches I started out with, I made it about 9 inches now. So guys, the next thing is that I cut out this piece of cloth. So the width I have here is about I just cut out enough to that I can always go back and trim it. So it's about 10.5. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place it right side facing each other. So this is the front of my clothes, the right side is going to be facing each other, and then I place it here. And then the next thing I have to do is to turn it around, right? The right side, remember, this is the 2 right sides facing each other, because this is an invisible placket. I'm going to turn it around like this, just the way it is. And then I'm going to go ahead now and pin this down so that it doesn't move, because I'm going to be sewing, making a stitch all the way from here with 0.25, not even up to half an inch, 0.25, very close to the end. That's what I'm going to do, all the way to the end, and then cross over like a V, 0.25 from the end, not up to half an inch. That's what I'm going to use to. So guys, now that I've made the stitch, the next thing I have to do is just to take my scissors and just cut it all the way down to the end. So guys, this is almost like you're trying to make a facing. Remember, this was like this before, right? It was facing the right side, right? So immediately after that, the next thing I did was to tuck it inside like this. So once I finished sewing it, I tucked it inside this way, ironed it. So now the next thing, how I'm going to get, because now it's looking like a slit, but to get that invisible placket, what I'm going to do is just to go ahead now. This side now, I'm going to fold it this way and then fold it back again like this. So almost like I'm making I'm making a placket for my button to lay on, right? Something like this. So once I make something like this, I'm going to tilt it towards this direction. You see, so basically this fabric here now, I'm going to bring it out like this, and then I'm going to fold half an inch here, fold half an inch again, and then use a stitch to hold it down like this. Now you see, then this one that is overlapping it now is just going to cover up. It's just going to lay on top of it like this, right? It's just going to lay on top of it. So when it opens up now, I'll just have to put in a button on this side and put in like like pressing button on this other side. If you want, you can even do buttonhole. It depends on you, but just know that the fabric, if you want to do it on the other side, all you have to do is the same thing. Straighten up this other one. Now I'll just straighten this one up and make it lay flat, but then this other one, all I have to do is just fold it again into two, fold it again this way. Now I've made a placket, like a bed for my button to lay, and then this other one is just going to come in here and just cover it up just like that. This way I've also formed a button and a placket on this other side. So after that, what you have to do is just this other one on this side. Now to keep it clean, you just have to tuck in the edge on this side here. You can use a stitch to just come back here and hold it down, double stitch it here and cut off the excess at the bottom. So you just have to make one straight stitch from this side, come back in here, finish it up, and then all I have to do next after that is just to go ahead. It depends on you what more design you want to add. So for this particular one now, she wants me to add like a fabric at the bottom part here, just like the one on that thumbnail. So I'm just going to add one more design at the bottom here using this fabric here. So I might do it on this other side. So something that looks like this, just at the very end here, just like this. So cut out the same tracing of this fabric here. So guys, you see, I just traced out this piece here on this side of the clothes, right? So all I'm going to do is just pinch over like half an inch on this edge here, and then just fold this. So I'm just going to stitch it on top with half an inch here. Every other thing still remains the same, so that the edge of the fabric is not showing. And then I'm just going to join the back of this here, finish up my placket like how I explained it, insert the sleeve and close it up. So guys, this is what it looks like. So I've finished it here. So you see, this is the invisible placket here. So all you have to do is to put the pressing button, and that's what it will look like. I just use bias of the same color of the fabric to finish it up. This is the pocket, this is the design by the side. You can do any design you want. The back is just plain, right? Just plain all the way. And then this is the to finish up the side slit. All I did was just that 1 inch of seam allowance I used to sew it. I just folded it just like how you normally fold the end of your clothes. Folded it from one side, crossed over to the other side, and then folded the other one away. You see, the two of them are facing both different directions. So that's how I just finished it up, and that's basically it for this one. So we'll go ahead and also cut the pants.